Welcome to the Gamescape, everybody. My name is Jarek, and we are back in Marvel's Midnight Suns. This is episode 2, and we are picking up right where we left off in the previous episode, which was us finding out about Lilith rising. We saw Hunter rise as well, and we ended up going to fight to try to save Wanda at the Sanctum Sanctorum from Lilith, and unfortunately, we didn't get there in time. Venom beat us there, and basically had the entire place locked down while Lilith went in and captured Wanda. And so now we are back at the Abbey and we're ready to talk to Tony. This is going to be a little bit of a longer episode, probably too, because it's going to take us just a little bit to get to where we're doing our next fight in our next mission, because we got a little bit of talking to do to some people, starting with Tony here, and then we've got some crafting stuff to learn. So we're going to be a little while before we get to the fight, but we'll get there. And so this, like I said, this episode might run a little bit long, but we'll be all right. Here we go. Let's talk to Tony.
Hey, for what it's worth, I think you did okay out there. You got some decent hang time, even given you were wearing, what, 70, 80 pounds of chainmail? On the Stark scale of reckless yet daring heroics, I give it a solid 6 out of 10. Don't worry, you'll get there, with a little help.
And where exactly am I going?
Oh, that's the real question, isn't it? Sky's the limit for you, my friend. Unless you'd be up for wearing a space helmet. You do breathe air, don't you? You know what? It doesn't matter. I couldn't help but overhear Auntie Caretaker over there telling you to get some rest. It sounds like a good idea to me. I suppose I could keep you company on the way, seeing as our rooms are in the same direction and all. Besides, no one should be forced to walk the hallways around here alone. So, here we are. The old room, huh? It's not bad. Functional. Solid construction. Almost cozy. Love the antique furnishings from the early Mephisto collection. Full transparency, Hunter, there's another reason I asked to join you here, other than my abject terror of this entire facility. Stopped here before, while you were out. Wanted to surprise you with a nice little housewarming present. Was all set to write you a lovely welcome note, but I'm fairly certain that wasn't red ink in your quill.
I assure you, there is nothing to fear here.
Well, it's easy to say not to be scared of things that go bump in the night when you are a thing that goes bump in the night. I don't even watch horror movies, and now I'm living in one.
Horror movies?
Oh, you'll love them. Imagine a painting come to life. Moving, talking, telling a story, one that just happens to be pulled from your very worst nightmare. Or just stop by my room. Fairly certain there's one hanging there already. Well, I suppose I should leave before whatever monstrosity that is most definitely hiding under your bed jumps out, rips my face off, and then proceeds to feast on my soul. I'll leave you to it.
May your sleep be filled with pleasant dreams, Tony.
Right back at you. Oh, and if you hear the shrieking of a grown man, please ignore it. It's just me, walking to my room.
I really love the dialogue they've written for Tony in this. It's quite fun. All right, he's left us a present here.
Hi, I'm Tony Stark, but if you're hearing this message, you already know that. When I'm not saving the world, I solve the world's problems with technological means, like the one you're holding. I call it the Spark, a secure information and communication device built only for superheroes. It does all the usual, private messages, pictures, and calls for some reason, but it also comes with access to Superlink, a private social network exclusively for your cape-wearing, world-saving compatriots. You might ask, Tony, aren't you just repurposing a failed product from your communications division? If you do, I'll revoke access and let everyone else know you're a jerk. I call it the Wonder Man rule.
All right. It's a couple of like bulletin board type posts here. Talking about Robbie Reyes posting first post. What do you mean we've had Superlink for months now? We use it every day. Robbie says, yeah, I meant first post the Hunter sees. Robbie, you can't keep doing this when someone joins Superlink. Yes, I can. He means he will throw your spark in the lagoon. He wouldn't do that, right, Blade? Right, Blade? Fine, last time. All right, I'm not going to read through all these guys, so you can... I'll throw it there on the screen here real quick, and you can read it if you want to read it. Just pause it, and there it is. All right, but that is that. Let's get out of here. Okay, let's Inspect the journal page, closet, and the painting. Here's the journal page right here. Aunt Sarah wants me to practice my letters, and so here I am. But every time I dip this pen in ink, I just want more and more to go out beyond the yard into my secret spots. I left my dolls scattered about before the storm, and I'm afraid they're hurt. Do dolls hold grudges? Agatha says they don't, but I still feel sad for them. This is Hunter's journal from way back in 1703.
My old journal. Maybe it is time I start writing in it again. We were all so happy then.
Got Agatha and Sarah and Charlie the dog. We'll see Charlie here shortly.
There never was enough room for my armor in this thing.
Okay, so I had mentioned in the last episode that we get gloss and that it's a currency that you can use to buy outfits and upgrade your room and stuff like that. I don't think we can upgrade the room just yet, but we can buy different outfits at this point. So we could look at like kind of different things to wear around the Abbey. There's no real reason to do it, you know, from a game point of view, but it's still, you can do it. And it gets to be more stuff later on too, besides just outfits. You can upgrade the furniture in here. You can get different pieces of different costumes. You can get like sunglasses. You can get makeup if you want. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can get better fireplace. You can get a desk that kind of goes here instead of this covered up thing. You can get chairs, you know, all kinds of neat stuff. So it's just one of those things that you do. Sleeping is up next, so we can go to the next day. Generally speaking, every mission occurs during a single day here, and different items go different days, or different activities go for basically a day. Having a little dream here.
They are everywhere! We must fall back! To where?
The book! Is she reading from the book? Then we advance. No! Hold the line! I can stop her! Only I can stop her! Child!
Hello, Mother. There's Charlie.
Charlie! I know. I missed you too.
Let her enjoy the moment. She's been visiting your door every morning for the past 300 years.
Oh, it must have been so hard on her.
Not just her. I suppose that's why I might have been a little curt before.
A little?
You already made the ultimate sacrifice once. Maybe I'm in no rush to see you do it again.
We do not choose our destiny.
But we can choose to duck.
First lesson you ever taught me.
And still the most important. Especially now that you have all these eyes on you.
I have noticed.
To these people, you are a being of myth and legend. A grand hero of old. And they're right. You are a hero. But I also know the battle that rages within your soul. It's not enough that you are a hero. You need to decide what type of hero you will be. I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunity for that in the days to come. For now, I would head to the forge. Our new guests are eager to show you something. This was a lot easier when it was just you and I beheading the Dark Legion as we traipsed through the woods.
Don't forget about Agatha.
I never could.
Okay. Daily Bugle post.
All night. I should have known something
Old J. Jonah Jameson's up to it.
more later. But for now,
Spider-Man and his amazing friends unleash monster upon the city.
I think he has a
Garish
present.
Bleecker Street Manor sealed off by authorities. When will the Spider Menace and his pet ink monster end their trail of destruction through Greenwich Village? And let's not forget about disgraced surgeon Stephen Strange. Is he in cahoots with the web-slinging wrongdoer? Did he hope to turn his row house into a no-house? So, yeah. Old J. Jonah Jameson.
Next thing I know the sanctum is
So you'll
airborne,
see
covered
laying
in
around
slime.
different things like gloss. There's some credits back here. Credits are used for things like training in the yard and stuff like that. We'll
Something
get
about
into
the
those
whole
here pretty
alien
soon
thing
too.
threw off his mojo.
But before each mission and after each mission, you'll usually find stuff laying around in one room or another in the mansion. So it's useful to go and kind of look around a little bit.
Think you can tell your friend inside there to turn it up a few hundred Kelvin?
I could. However, it might shatter the containment spell preventing him from incinerating this facility.
I think we're good. And just in time.
The forge has certainly changed.
Right. Caretaker said this all happened after your siesta. What spooky castle would be complete without its own Babylonian demon-powered furnace?
Sumerian fire demon. His name is Babs.
Oh, now it all makes sense. Well, once you get past the esoteric terror of the situation, I've found this thing actually has some uses. Molecular bonding, breaking down evil gamma serums, fashion accessorizing.
Yes, speaking of...
Oh, right. It's ready.
Your armor seemed to offer minimal protection against the venom creature.
I noticed.
Yeah, I thought you could use an upgrade.
Well hammered, well fired. Caretaker did not mention that you two were such skilled smithies.
Yep, I am Iron Smithy.
Perhaps you should just try it on. Still think I could have used a cloak.
No capes. All right, let's talk to Tony.
Stylish, damn near indestructible, and we even got the size right. Not bad for our first collaboration. I hate to admit it, but somehow this ancient forge puts any arc reactor I've got to shame. Who would have thought mystically bound demon power would be so damn energy efficient? Or carbon neutral? Certainly got that new suit of yours done a lot faster than I expected. Speaking of, what's the verdict, boss?
Okay. So as always, we got some things that we could talk about, but we're just going to say thanks.
It is nice having an armorer on demand.
Anytime. I tried to make this version a little less palatable to that symbiote thing. Was this close to making it menthol flavored. But tools are just one part of the equation. You gotta know how to use them too. You were out, what, 300 years before we woke you from your eternal rest? I'm betting you have questions, so ask away, Hunter.
Okay, so we're going to ask about Tony here. Oh, we're going to ask about the suit too.
I take it this new version is a technological marvel?
Impact-resistant carbon composites, some patent-pending alloy mesh, and a few touches from Dr. Spooky over there. And hey, the built-in communicator means we can talk to each other without sending a raven.
So it is a marvel, then?
Lightweight, nearly indestructible, and modular enough for future upgrades. Frankly, I wouldn't have used your old suit to wax the Mandarin's car.
Hey, don't seem to like magic.
Is all this magic a threat to your new technology?
It might surprise some people to hear this, but I do like some things with rules. Isotope decay, magnetic fields, and gamma oscillation make a lot more sense to me than Eye of Newt, bat wings, and a sprinkle of sunshine. At least they did before everything changed.
I cannot help but feel partially responsible.
Well, I wouldn't take it personally. We were detecting changes in both magic and science months before you woke up. But yeah, things have definitely hit high gear since then.
Okay. Seen anything strange around the Abbey?
Seen anything strange around here?
What, other than my roommate? Boom! Roasted! But on a more serious note, this place is legitimately haunted. Mirrors look back at you. My room rearranges itself. And worst of all, magic cats.
The great Iron Man is not scared, is he?
Let's just say I'll be more comfortable once I've studied the problem. I feel like I'm living in one of those paranormal investigation reality shows.
Let's ask
What
about the
sorts of
forge.
things are you doing in here?
Oh, that's right. You were out a while. Basically, we've got a gigantic demon inside the magic box here that provides near limitless power for whatever we might need. Sounds insane, but sometimes it's easier to just go with it.
Okay.
Okay, so why not magically create a way through that symbiote shield?
Have you ever known it to work that way? We can't just wish upon a star here. We need to know what we're making first and put together the right components. Otherwise, I'd have already whipped up Strange a new personality.
Okay, let's ask him about himself a little bit.
You must have an interesting origin story of your own.
Well, just your typical American boy. Pops was a founding member of the military-industrial complex. Mom, a famous socialite. Tragedy struck when I lost them both in a car crash, which turned out to be a hit from a rival corporation. I spent my early teens at MIT, trying to clear my head, and was all set to follow in Dad's footsteps as a war profiteer. Then one day, fortune shined on me, in the form of some errant shrapnel that lodged itself just above my heart. So I did what anybody in that situation would do. I built a supersuit and started fighting crime.
Okay, that's a lot.
I guess we have all had difficult childhoods here.
Yeah, no kidding. I can't tell you how hard it was to memorize all that at Skrull Sleeper Camp. Just kidding. Or am I?
All right, I think that's it for now.
Thanks for catching me up on things.
Anytime. Oh, and speaking of things, remember that creepy gamma goop you found from that hopped-up Hydra soldier? Well, I gave it a peek, and it explains a lot. If you have a minute, meet me at the anvil over there, and I'll walk you through it. I promise it'll be worth your time.
So it's generally speaking worth it to spend the time to talk to these guys because you do gain friendship with them as long as you kind of say the right things. We're going to look at the anvil here, and we can do, this is where we can do our gamma coil analysis. Now we picked this up as a reward for our last mission. Currently our research level is at 0, so that'll go up as
I
we do more.
Advanced gamma thermodynamics was a hot topic at Yield Demon Hunting School, so I'm just going to give you the condensed version.
I appreciate that.
Closest I've ever seen to this substance is pumping through Bruce's veins. Part gamma accelerant, part unknown element. Calling it coil for now, given its unique atomic structure. Man, I love acronyms. This stuff is more volatile than Nick Fury on a Monday morning. But Hydra doesn't seem to mind.
They are using it to get stronger.
Exactly. A few drops would make your average salamander look like Fin Fang Foom. Thankfully, with a little help from Dr. Spooky and our haunted oven over here, I think two can play at this game.
You are not suggesting we start injecting ourselves with it.
No, nothing like that. Though I can see some future applications for my energy drink line. I was thinking we apply this stuff towards upgrading our equipment.
I like where this is going.
Just give me a little time here and I can whip up some pretty fun toys. How about we give Hydra a taste of their own gamma-powered medicine for a change? So, how's the whole saving the world thing going?
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this coil analyzed. Now it'll always come out as a card or a set of 3 cards. Later on it'll be more. And it's always for the heroes that were in the last mission. So we can really reveal these. There's a heal card, a quick strike, and a life steal. So we can take, it tells you down here how many of each of these you own. We own 2 of each of these, of course. And so what we can do is we can take one of these that we want, and then we can use it to upgrade one of our existing cards to give it more performance. And so I think what we're going to do is probably take the stake, since that's kind of the highest damage dealing card that we've got here. And we are a little bit behind the curve on our damage output right now, which is probably going to be a problem for a little while. So I think what we'll do is we'll take this. Probably what'll happen when we upgrade this is it'll either add some kind of a extra ability down here, although it already has lifesteal, so maybe it won't do that. Or it'll probably up the damage as well a bit too. Sometimes the cost comes down, and so we'll see what happens there. So we're going to take that card. We'll get to where we can choose 2 as well, and maybe more later. And
Hunter, when you have a minute, come meet me in the yard.
We have something to talk to him about too.
Hello there. Hunter, your new attire suits you quite well. But how are you holding up on the inside? I know it's easy to look upon me and simply see the universe's utmost authority on all things mystical and macabre, Hunter.
Yeah, yeah.
However, in addition to being Earth's sorcerer supreme, I am also your doctor.
You mean a physician of the medical arts? You jest.
I assure you, Hunter, I do not jest. They don't call me Mr. Strange, now do they? Except for Tony. Your awakening ritual was admittedly a touch more chaotic than I had originally intended, and, well, after your violent encounter with Venom, my oath to Hippocrates compels me to check in with you. Simply put, how do you feel?
We'll say we're worried about him.
You lost much yesterday, Doctor. I am the one who should be asking you how you are feeling.
I appreciate that, Hunter. I admit I did not expect the child of Lilith to have the capacity for such empathy. And you're right, of course. I, for one, do not know if I will ever feel 100% again after the events of yesterday. I still can't believe what transpired. The sanctum, all that knowledge, Wanda, lost. Swallowed whole by the black mouth of that foul venom creature. With all my resources, all my gifts, I should have seen this outcome spelled out in the sacred geometry of this universe years ago. But I miscalculated.
Now, don't blame yourself.
Lilith's power has placed a dark shroud over us all, Doctor. You are not alone in this.
Your words are appreciated. Still, I must not allow the underlying truth of the situation to become shrouded as well. It's not just the Sanctum Sanctorum that was lost yesterday. It was my protege, Wanda. She is my charge, my responsibility, and I failed her. But I am determined not to let that happen with you, Hunter, which is why I am here to answer any questions you may have. Perhaps my wisdom may benefit you more than it has me thus far.
Okay. Let's find out about Venom.
That creature on the roof, you have run into it before?
Unfortunately, yes. In the simplest of terms, Venom is an alien species living in symbiosis with a human known as Eddie Brock. He's something of a fixture in New York these days, but typically his hijinks are confined to harassing Spider-Man.
Yeah, Lilith disagrees.
My mother has a gift for bringing out the worst in people.
Yes, and in this case, I happen to be the direct victim of her ambition. I fear the Sanctum may never be the same.
Okay, what about the wards?
Tell me about your Sanctum's wards of protection. I have never heard of a protection spell that powerful.
In your time, I'm sure you've encountered a variety of minor wards and protective spells. The Sanctum Sanctorum was shielded by one such incantation, but greatly amplified by the convergence of ley lines.
You said the wards have never been broken.
And no one has ever broken the spell? Ever?
There's always a first for everything, but I had honestly never imagined a scenario in which the wards could be broken. Perhaps it was arrogance on my part, but Lilith is among the more cunning enemies we've ever faced.
You arrogant? No. Tell me about Wanda.
How did Wanda come into your care?
Wanda's story is quite tragic and perhaps not mine to tell. There was an accident on the Abbey grounds not long ago involving Agatha.
Well, what
That
happened?
must have been some accident.
Agatha had been teaching Wanda, hoping she would learn to control her immense but very raw power. As their training progressed, Wanda was encouraged to push herself further. Eventually, she pushed too far.
Okay.
Let us talk later.
Visit whenever you like. It's not often I get to converse with a true legend.
Okay, there we go. So we're all set here. We need to go out to the training yard now. So you'll find tarot cards around also, so worth picking up. Also, anytime you see something like this that has like the gold lines above and below, that means there's something there for you, like extra arcane knowledge or something. So 5 arcane knowledge there.
I see.
Desk cluttered with books, some of them older than you and quite old. So if you, anytime you see that E with the gold highlighting on it, it's worth looking at. So
Welcome to the yard. At least that's what we're calling it these days. Caretaker put me in charge of your training. Too bad she didn't listen to me yesterday. Now that we know what we're up against, I think we can all use the practice. Any questions?
all right, let's find out about Blade real quick here.
I did, but they are about you.
Right when it's time to train? From all Sarah told us about you, she never described you as lazy.
Hey now.
I learn faster if I understand the person who trains me.
I can respect that. Go ahead.
Let's do friendship there. All right, find out about him.
Can I ask about you?
I guess.
Is your name really Blade?
Is your name really the Hunter?
Yes?
Oh, really? Your mom, before she became the mother of demons, looked into your cradle and decided to name her firstborn child the Hunter.
That is how I understand it.
It takes all kinds.
So, is your name really Blade?
No,
What is it?
it's private.
Is it embarrassing?
No, the Hunter, but I only share it with friends.
You do not consider me a friend?
Not yet. Don't take it personally.
Seems kind of personal. I always thought Hunter was a cool name, for a boy or for a girl. Not the Hunter, but just Hunter. Vampire, half vampire.
How did you become a Dampier?
You say that like I had a choice. I was born this way.
How is that possible?
A vampire bit my mother. Problem was, I was still in the womb. I'm lucky I was even born. Don't know if that's how it always is, but that's the way it went down for me.
Okay. You know what? I think we're going to back out of this.
Thanks, Blade.
We might talk to him more later, but we have a little bit more to do, and I want to get on to today's mission too. So this is where we can upgrade our abilities with that new card that we just got.
Take it to the next level.
You can see that Blade is lit up because he's got an extra card that could be used to upgrade.
Got plenty of tricks for old dogs. No excuses here.
Okay, so he's got different cards that will upgrade. Now, he doesn't have enough to do them yet, but you can see what they'll upgrade to. So this one would be draw 2 cards, next 3 damage cards apply bleed. The one we did get is Stake. It's going to not only increase the damage, but lower the heroism cost up in the upper left corner there. So it's going to go from 3 to 2 and extra damage. So we're going to definitely do that. You can just hold down your, click on it or hold down E. And now he's got the lifesteal, extra lifesteal card in his deck. You can, right now, we don't need to worry about their decks because everybody's just got their 8 cards. And even now, it's just the 8 cards because we just combined 2 of them. All right, we have to go talk to Carol. She's right here.
Hunter.
Like the way you move out there, Hunter. Guess Dr. Strange picked the right supernatural demon hunter to resurrect. I'm Carol Danvers, but you can call me Captain Marvel. Kidding, Carol's fine. Just thought I'd throw a bone to the Avengers PR team. Not gonna lie, going a few rounds in Vampire Guy's Magic Thunderdome sounds like fun, but we've got bigger fish to fry. Well, not so much fish as that ginormous invulnerable sewer monster that swallowed the Sanctum.
Okay.
Every lock has its key.
True, if only a man-eating alien demon monster hadn't eaten ours. But that got me thinking. Strange, Caretaker, and the rest of the funky bunch can try and magic their way through that shield all they want. If my time as a pilot taught me one thing, it's that sometimes you've got to find a workaround. As in Hydra, they've got to know the way inside. Steve's always said they aren't much for talking. But then again, I'm told I can be rather persuasive when I need to be.
Well, let's get on it.
Well, if there is any time to put your powers of persuasion to work, now is the time, Captain.
Trust me, Hunter, I'm looking forward to it. Hydra's been a thorn in me and Steve's asses for years. Can't wait to remove them for good. Find me in the war room when you're finished here. There's a few things we should discuss. Oh, and Hunter? Welcome back from the dead.
Yeah, thanks. All right, to the war room. Carol's
Nothing
right
is certain
here.
these days, but these...
Ow. The gamma signature is completely inverted. The daughter nuclei are being reabsorbed into the parent nuclei, which is impossible.
If the gamma signature from the Sanctum is really that unique, Bruce, then couldn't we just...
Sorry, still working out a few gremlins in the system.
Try sunlight, and whatever you do, avoid water.
Oh, wait, you're being serious?
We should be able to track this new gamma signature to its source then, right? I'd do it myself, but we seem to be having a little IT trouble today.
Please. Old Central here is ready to grind through that data like chum.
What exactly is a central?
CENTRAL. Cognitive encryption, net transmogrification. We'll figure it out later.
Sending coordinates now. Hope your gremlins enjoy gamma spectroscopy.
Well, he's been a little moody lately, ever since, you know, the problem with the big old green guy.
I heard that.
Banner can't turn into the Hulk? Not sure if we should be frightened or relieved.
That makes two of us.
Oh, hey. Come on. Happens to everyone. Well, okay, not everyone.
Nice work, Bruce.
I know that place. Creepy, abandoned warehouse in the bad guy part of town.
My favorite kind. Anybody up for paying it a visit?
Definitely.
Aw, see that? Teamwork goosebumps.
Find me when you're ready.
Multi-million-dollar piece of
All right,
experimental...
we're off to the warehouse district after we pick up the skill essences here.
It's been a long time since I've been involved in any major undertakings like this. Maybe too long.
So we only have one option
nice
right
to
now.
have a full
This is a
house
story
again.
mission. There will be side missions later that we can do.
It was just recently that the Hudson Yards Development Restoration Association purchased this entire block. I'll let you think about that one for a minute.
Okay, heroes have identified an abandoned warehouse where Hydra may be operating. Blade and the Hunter can join Captain Marvel to investigate. So we're going to get a gamma coil and an artifact out of this. Can't change our team up yet, so we're just going to move on. Slow motion scene. All right, here we go.
Trench coat,
Get us into the mission here.
Gamma signatures and unstable isotopes aren't really in my wheelhouse, so we'll be patching Dr. Banner through from Avengers Tower once you reach the other side.
Okay, here we go.
Probably can scratch abandoned off the description of this place. You seeing this, Bruce? Getting all sorts of weird down there.
Johann Fenhoff. That hack. I heard he was dead. Well, hoped is perhaps a more accurate description.
Calls himself Faustus now.
Artist fanatic in the room. It's a small room.
Hydra's resident mad scientist.
Not just Hydras. Liliths. That's magic coming from those crates. I can feel it.
Yeah? How about gamma radiation? You feeling that too? Because that's some pretty evil-looking Hydra tech down there.
Gamma and magic.
Gonna need you to use your science brain on this one, Bruce.
We need to approach this situation carefully. Combining those energies is an explosive proposition at best. Think scalpel, not hammer. Stealth, not strength.
Yeah, I don't do stealth.
Kill them.
All right, here we go. Defeat all enemies.
I always considered Faustus a bit of a crackpot, but his fundamental science must be sound. The device would have surely exploded otherwise after your display, Carol.
Learned it by watching you, Bruce.
Okay, we got a couple of quick attacks here. We'll probably use those right away just to get some heroism built up. These guys are next to the barrel, so that we can probably use to our advantage too. This guy's probably not close enough to that barrel, but let's get rid of this guy as a quick strike. That'll give us 1. There's a level up. That'll increase our damage and our health and everything. This is also a quick attack, so we can use this on one of these other minions over here. Where do we want to concentrate on this though? These guys are all kind of grouped up nice. Let's take this guy out here that's kind of over by himself.
Watch me. These fanatics are always the same.
Okay, we can do a knockback. Looking just for who can do the right thing here. These two are going to be right by this barrel. That's not bad. They're both minions, so we could probably just get rid of them. Then we get the photon beam going. Might be able to take out a couple of these guys with a photon beam. In fact, I could probably grab all 3 of these guys with a photon beam here. Now, it's not going to take them out completely because it's only 13 damage. They're 36 health, but we can line them up and we can do that. And then we can blow up this barrel too, probably. Well, no, it's going to take 4, which we're not going to have most likely. I could bleed. Let's do this. This will get us another card too. That'll get us a card and 2 heroism points.
Ought to make things interesting.
All right. Oh, nice. He got the stake. That might be better. This applies to bleed as well because of what we just did. 45 will just take one of these guys out. I think we do that, right? Pretty sure we just do that. That's better.
You asked for it.
Okay, level up for Blade.
Feeling
Excellent.
Strong today.
All right, we have 1 card play left. We've got a slash. We can knock back this guy into one of these guys if we want, or we could knock back this guy to that guy and take them both out. That leaves us with 2 main bad guys. We're gonna have to move if we want to do that though, because we're gonna have to come at him from one of these 2 directions here. Okay, he's just out of range of that. He's definitely in range of that, but we don't want to blow up. What do we got? 2 left. So what we could do is we could vault over this, get this guy, then knock this guy back into this guy and get some damage on all of them. Take them both out. Let's do that. Let's see if she can do that from here. Can she hit him? She can. That's going to put us here. That might be a little too far. If it is, we'll move and we'll knock him this way.
Let's do it.
Oh, that was really what I was looking for. Thought I had Hunter selected. Sorry about that. Not a big deal though. We're okay. So Hunter, we can move over to here. Okay, and then we can do our knockback slash. Him into him. Take him out, do a little bit of damage to him. 8 points, not much, but it's something. Okay, and then we are good to go. Let's go to the next turn here. I'm gonna hold on to that heal card because somebody might need it here in a second.
Keep doing that? Pathetic.
Okay, it's not bad.
They are being reinforced.
Couple more goons here.
I've never been one to buy into the science of magic, but the data I'm seeing is hard
Knocking
to
back
ignore.
that.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio.
You know you're talking to a vampire, an
Okay,
alien
so we can knock him
hybrid,
back into here and
a
then
resurrected
maybe
demon hunter, right?
throw this at him. No, it's not going to quite get there, is it? Okay, we could knock this guy back this way. And then maybe that will be close enough to blow up this thing. Nope, still not going to make it. Blade, what do you got? Well, I don't need 2 heals. Quick slash. Does 10. Nothing for blade. If we did this here, that moves us to there. And then we could, still not really what we're looking for. I don't think we can knock these two into each other anyway because of this hole here. If they fall in the hole, it'll knock them out, but there's just a percentage chance that they'll do that. Well, let's start with this. That gives us still 2 card plays. Start with that.
Never seen that before.
Wouldn't mind being able to get blade out of there so I can knock this guy back into this barrel. Let's try this. Let's re-roll this or redraw this card. There we go. There we go. Now we got a strike. It's chain 2, apply 2 bleed. So we're going to go ahead and do this chain here and then here, which should get us away from the barrel. There we go. Now he's away from the barrel.
Bad.
Now we can knock him into that barrel. And do some damage. Should take him out.
Not a problem.
I'm down.
Wonder what the desertion rate is for Hydra lackeys.
Okay. And then we could blow this up and get rid of him too. That just leaves us with this one guy. I think that's worth doing.
Is that all?
Okay, and that's it for that turn.
We will never forsake her.
One guy left.
Payback's gonna be fun. Good. I could use some more practice.
Is it possible he somehow stabilized the rate of decay within the particles themselves?
Okay.
How else could he be achieving such a high yield?
I don't know, Bruce. I'll be sure to ask him when we're done punching out the bad guys.
More damage on him.
Weak, even for Hydra.
Now, how do we want to go about this? Could whip him into that. Okay, let's do this. Let's take this guy out with Carol.
It's about time.
I saw
Give her a little
move
block.
like that once, centuries ago.
Okay, now do we just stake this guy? Oh, he's only got 10 health. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Although lifesteal would be good. He's down a little bit. So we'll go ahead and use the lifesteal. There we go. I think that was
I think
3
they can arrest
turns.
you for that in New York, Blade.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Quickly! Let's go, go, go!
The perfect opportunity to field test Mother's device.
Watch out!
Get her!
Okay, so we need to capture this by playing this card, but before we can do this, there's going to be a guy with a shield holding it, and we have to knock away all of his block ability. And then we
For the
recover
record,
that.
Bruce, I did not smash that thing.
So this guy is going to have a red line health line, a red health line, and a blue health line. The blue health line is what we have to get rid of.
Cargo they're attempting to escape with?
Okay. Also, you'll notice that Carol is glowing brightly. Carol's got the ability to do what's called binary, and so she goes into her basically powered up mode. That usually happens when you play 3 of her cards in a row. You can see here 2 of them got played, but now you'll notice all of her damage is increased, and so everything is ready here. So all right, so the first things we need to do now, he cannot be knocked back because he's got his shield planted, but what we could do is we could take this guy, knock him into this, and then it'll blow up on him too, and that'll help us a little bit if we can find a good card that's got some knockback with it, which we don't seem to have right off. Well, we do, but it's our whip cards, which will discard cards from our hand here. So we want to be careful about using those. We can drop this thing for 2, and it does 40 damage, which is a significant amount. Unfortunately, there's nobody underneath it right now, and we don't have 2 heroism to do it. Most of these guys are minions, but this guy's got 36, and this guy's got like 90 plus 45 shield. And this guy's got 36 as well. So we should probably look at trying to take out somebody at least. But we're going to start with this because this is the only thing that we've got that gets us anything resembling hero points.
Now that was something.
Okay, so that only draws 1. We're going to redraw a whip because we don't need 2. Okay, here we go. There's a make 'em bleed. That'll get us another card and apply to bleed. So we'll do that. This will get us another blade card.
Time's up for these jumps.
There we go. This is a quick attack. And we can attack this guy, get him bleeding without getting too close to him, I think.
Let's do this.
Okay, level up there.
Looking good.
Oh, he didn't bleed though. Oh yeah, he is bleeding. Excellent. All right, so we don't have any card plays left, but we do have 4 hero points. So we can use those to do some attacks here. So we could go with Carol, for instance. And she could hit this thing and knock it back into both of these guys. And then this guy will get ping-ponged back into this, which will blow this guy up too. So this seems like a good plan. Let's do this.
Watch this.
There's 3 knockouts in a row. Gotta love that. 3 enemies KO'd with a single ability. All right. Now we could also go after this guy with Blade. We're going to take some hits here. There's nothing we can do about that. And I don't have a good knockback right now that I can use because I don't have any card plays left. But what we could do, though, like I said, we could go after him. He's just a mook, so we could definitely get something out of him. He's easy to kill, though. I'm wondering if we go after one of these guys that isn't so easy to kill. I'd have to move to do it, but I could do another 15 damage to this guy. probably isn't the worst idea. So let's take Blade and let's move him over here. Make sure we're lined up on this guy here, which we all will be. Okay, then we're going to hit this. And we're going to hit him.
It's on.
Nice. Very nice. All right, and it's about all we're going to be able to do this turn, I think, because I don't think anybody else is near any good attacks that we can use. I could blow this up, actually. That's probably not the worst idea either. Let's do that. That'll do some damage to these guys as well.
Come get it.
Okay. Let's end the turn. Have an idea for next turn.
We will never forsake her.
They're going to get some reinforcements, but that's okay.
Lucky shot.
Oh, my idea's not going to work. I'll tell you what it is when these guys are done moving. Hold on. Okay, she's dazed. If we play one of our hero cards, that will remove the daze from her. Okay, 3 more guys coming in.
Mother, protect us.
Okay, we need to kind of focus on this guy and get that thing. Okay, he's got 19 bleed. That's good.
Preliminary analysis of the blast confirms high levels of gamma and various unknown energies.
Unknown to you. There is dark magic at work here. We must not let Hydra escape with it.
Okay, so we have a knockback card here. I should be able to finish this guy off. So that's a good use of this card. So that'll generate 1. This one is also quick, applies 2 bleed. We're not going to get both, obviously, but that'll get us a little bit going here. And then a whip. What my thought was is I could whip this guy into the corner of this and then drop this on him. But unfortunately, he's got his shield, so that means I can't actually whip him. So I can whip him, but I can't knock him back. Is the thing here. So we'll take care of this guy and take him out.
You are lucky to still be breathing.
Okay. We can do a quick action against one of these guys. Or we could just shoot this guy and have him bleeding as well. That might be the better plan. That's going to cost us another card play, but it's okay.
Don't blink.
Let's get him bleeding. That just will finish him off.
Give the
He should take about 19. So there's the daze removed. Oh, he's just that one touch too far out. This will finish off both of these guys, though, so that's probably worth doing right there.
You had your chance to escape.
Okay, both those guys are down.
Was that truly your best?
That's not bad. Still need to get rid of this guy, though, unfortunately. We can do a little bit of work here on him. Let's do that. That's 10 more points. Almost got his shield down. Okay, let's call that a turn.
Hydra's in control of the situation.
Yeah, we're not doing great here. This is taking too long.
That's still not gonna be enough.
Carol will stay in her binary mode until all of her block is removed.
Lilith must really want me out of the picture.
There's the daze.
Someone call for reinforcements? No one will touch you.
To be crystal clear, We won't be able to recreate Faustus's experiment or track potential future variants' gamma signatures without a baseline resonance sample from his initial catalyst.
Got it. Stop the truck.
Okay, there's our days removed. We got the right card here. This is just about going to kill him. And it'll heal up Blade.
It sounds to me like they just missed their mama.
Okay. Do we have any quicks? We have a chain 2. Nothing quick though, unfortunately. Let's do this. Let's get rid of him, finish him off, and I think he's the last one with hit points. Okay, they're down.
Leave some for the rest of us.
That leaves us 1 point. Nothing's in range. Not quite. Nothing over here that we can drop on him. We could drop... No, we can't drop that either. Now we're just kind of out of it. We can redraw this for next turn, though. We don't probably need 2 knee strikes. There's a quick attack. That's good. Okay, I guess we're going... Well, I could do 1. 15 damage. We could get rid of one of these guys. Let's take Hunter. Oh, she's in bad shape, actually. Yeah, we really need to do that, actually. So let's take Hunter. Let's move her here. Maybe. Come on, Hunter. Move. There we go. Let's get him. That's 1 fewer attacks coming in. She's still going to take 1 hit, and Carol's going to take 2, which she should mostly shrug off. Okay. Let's go ahead and end the turn here.
Hydra Immortalis!
Next turn, we should be able to finish this off. Especially if they're only doing 8.
Still coming for me.
Regroup and await reinforcements.
More reinforcements. Did we actually get reinforcements?
Infuriating, even.
Maybe 1.
I suppose by now I'd normally be tromping through the warehouse, hurling the puny truck at the moon.
Don't worry, Bruce. I've got a pair of torn purple pants with your name on them.
Looks like we got 2 guys. Okay, so this won't hit him. So let's do our quick attack on this guy here.
They're mine. Your mother.
Okay, there's that. Boy, we need to recover this thing too. Let's do that now. Unfortunately, it's going to cost us another turn, but I don't have any knockbacks that we can use.
One less thing to worry about. Approximately 16,342 more to go. I suggest starting with the remaining Hydra forces in your vicinity.
So I could do this. Take him out. That leaves me with 1. We don't need this. Let's redraw this. See if we can get a quick card. Heal isn't bad. I don't need 41 damage either. Let's get rid of that. There's a quick. This'll do it. I think.
Hydra standards have fallen a great deal.
So there's that. I have 2 card plays left. A knee strike would then put us in position where we could use a photon beam. Yeah, so let's knee strike one of these guys.
Take this.
Doesn't really matter which one.
That's a neat trick.
That gives us 3. That gives us photon beam. That means we can move Carol over here. Sorry, wrong way there. That's about right. So we can use our photon beam here, catch them both, and that should end this. There we go.
We've done it.
What is this thing?
Bad guy crate, full of bad guy stuff.
I know those symbols from the time of the first hunt. That glyph means barrier, that one almighty. Something, something, gods and demons.
So a spooky bad guy crate.
Very spooky. Designed to contain powerful magic. Be careful.
Got it. Don't cross the streams.
Never do. How about we get this thing back to the Abbey and see for ourselves?
All right. Probably 1 star on that one. That one took too long. Oh, got 2. Very good. Okay, Captain Marvel. Can she survive a Faustian bargain? I do like the little comic book covers that they generate. Those are pretty fun too. 105 gloss we got out of that. And that's going to do it. We did get an artifact. This is used for research. We'll see that here in just a second. Let's get back to the Abbey. Okay, 2 extra friendship for both Carol and Blade.
Nice job out there, kid. I mean, I didn't get Hydra bombed until my 10th run with the Avengers.
Kid? You do know that I'm a good 3 centuries older than you, right?
Then you've got a lot of catching up to do.
Okay, Abbey tournament tonight.
Sure about that? Last one got a little heated.
The eternal spirits of vengeance take technical fouls very seriously, especially in the 4th quarter.
Forget it. Tonight is movie night.
It is always movie night.
Exactly.
Wow, out of jail again? Who made this game? Wilson Fisk?
Well, if parking is free, clearly no one from Manhattan.
You know what they say? All work and no play is how we ended up with Ultron. Come on, you should hang out.
I should rest. Another time.
All right, here we are. If you guys will...
Let me see.
Oh, Nico sent us a
How did this
message.
work again?
We're going to go for just a little bit longer. We're just right about an hour here, but I want to get to where we're ready to go into the next mission in the next episode. So if you guys will just indulge me for a few more minutes here, we will continue on just a little bit. So let's go to the super link. Nico wants to chat. Hunter, are you there? By the way, this is Nico, in case nobody gave you the rundown on how the spark works. Blade and Cap Marvel just filled us in. Freaky stuff, especially Faustus, and then they all just left me here alone. You should come hang out. Can't, tired. And there's the door.
Good. You answered. Getting hard to keep finding ways to say open door around here. And despite what Robbie says, I don't think the staff of one speaks High Elven. Blood magic stuff. Cool room. Spacious. Aw, is that bed for Charlie?
Yes.
So, if you're planning on giving me some sort of brooding code of the stoic warrior speech, I'm immune. Just ask later magic. From what I just saw out there, whatever crazy ancient living weapons stuff Caretaker put you through back in the day did a real number on you. We got a lot of work to do.
Work?
Yeah, talking to people, making friends, basic human stuff. Or quasi-human. You're a Midnight Sun now. One of us.
Nico, I was just Hydra bombed. I could use some rest.
You and me both. Been bad dreams every night for me lately. I, keep seeing Wanda. She... Never mind.
I will meet you outside.
Yes! I'll go nuke us some popcorn and you pick out a movie. Oh, and it may just be the two of us. The others went outside, needed to cool off. Really need to hang a fan over that forge. Or maybe crack open the casket of ancient wonders a little?
Okay, common room. Got some attack essence here. That's useful in upgrading our cards.
These missions can't be good for Caretaker's blood pressure.
Hangouts
That's
are a
twice
great
now
way
her precious hunter
to
has
get your
almost gotten
friendship
snapped
level
by
up with
Hydra.
everybody else. So that's what we're doing here. And we're going to be watching a movie. Later, you can choose different activities.
I know this entire situation's gotta suck for you. Not just the whole resurrected, chosen one thing. I get why facing Lilith won't be easy. I was 15 when I found out my mother was capital E evil.
Okay, so we're going to sympathize with her a little bit.
Sorry to hear you went through that.
It was bad, but I learned to deal with it. It's the only way forward, right? Look, I'm glad my mother is gone, but yeah, at times I just want to hear her voice again. Some days I'd give anything to make that happen. Makes me hate her even more.
Sympathy doesn't always work with everybody. It depends on who you're talking to.
I did not realize you carried such pain.
I just learned to bury it. You think I can afford a therapist on a superhero salary? I'm kidding. We don't get paid for this. Enough about our crappy parents. You missed out on decades of good movies. It's my solemn duty to fill this knowledge gap with the best examples I can provide. So, the first thing you need to know, the glowing briefcase is a metaphor.
Okay, there we go.
I really needed that.
+8. She gained a new outfit. We also have a new outfit available to us that we could buy with gloss.
So, what did you think of the movie?
I understood more than I should.
How? You've been dead for 3 centuries.
I'm not so sure I was dead. Not exactly. I recall a deep slumber, not the void. I dreamt.
Of what?
Of everything. Much of this world is familiar to me. I know it from my dreams.
That's not creepy at all. So, do you know everything?
No, think of it like this. I know what a car is, but I have no idea how to drive.
You're up to date, but not omniscient. Then I'm guessing you don't know much about me.
Just what you shared earlier.
You're always free to ask. Like, what's the Staff of One? Or who were the Runaways?
Okay, so we can dive into this a little bit.
I had some questions about your staff.
Sure. But first, the basics. The Staff of One interprets words or phrases as spells, but it can only cast a spell once. No repeats.
How does that work?
Can you tell me how the Staff of One functions?
It's, blood magic, so my own blood is required to summon it. You wouldn't believe how many adhesive bandages I go through each year.
What about the words you speak?
They come true. Kind of, and not always the way I expect. It's like making a wish, but you can never make the same wish again.
Okay, I'm not going to ask about the Runaways right now. I'm going to just go ahead and dump out of here.
I should get going.
Good timing. Looks like Caretaker wants to speak with you, and wow, I should get to bed. Time flies when you're hanging out.
All right, so Caretaker's right here.
I'm glad. Looks like you're finding your way around. Maybe making some new friends.
I was planning on getting some rest, but...
Things are moving at a frantic pace. For all we know, I'll be landing a jet on the roof with Mr. Stark this afternoon. Not quite like it was in the good old days.
Were they really that good? Change can be good.
To stand still is to move back.
You got that one from Agatha. She used to say it all the time. I always preferred, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Used to.
I am sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner. But you should know... Agatha... She's no longer with us.
What? That is impossible. She was so...
Fierce, indomitable, or maybe just kind to a fault.
You do not have to do this.
Thank you, but I do. I haven't spoken to anyone about what happened. And more so than anyone, you deserve to know. Agatha died in an accident caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. The Midnight Sun's latest recruit, a powerful spellcaster in her own right. Perhaps the most powerful Agatha and I had ever seen. Wanda's abilities were growing. Too quickly for my liking. Agatha was determined to help her control them. I tried to caution her, but she would not listen. There was an incident. An accident, I'm sure, but...
Agatha was killed.
Yes, incinerated in an instant. Not even ash to remember her by. The others were heartbroken, as was I. But I also saw the danger, the threat, if Wanda's powers were left unchecked. So I did what needed to be done. I sent Wanda away, to the Sanctum Sanctorum, to study under Dr. Strange. I know the others still harbor a great deal of resentment towards me for it.
Okay, so this is where we can start to choose light and dark side paths. There's no friendship with... there's no friendship to be gained with Sarah just because she's not one of your companions that goes out in battle with you. So I'm going to probably stay on the light side in this particular playthrough. So we're going to do this, although this is kind of mean-spirited to say, but that's okay.
Was Wanda so different from me as a child? Was it that easy to send her away?
I didn't have a choice. Wanda's powers were beyond even her own control, and this time I had no Agatha to help me, as I had with you. I thought she would be safe with Strange. On that part, at least, I was clearly mistaken. Ah, Wanda. Agatha. It seems we've lost them both now. I conjured a small shrine to Agatha's memory on the grounds, hoping to find some solace, a way to move forward. You should pay your respects. Maybe you'll find what I couldn't. Good night, Hunter.
Ah, yes. So this is actually going to take a while, so I think we're going to leave it here. We'll pick this up next time. Charlie's going to lead us out to that shrine, and we're going to end up doing some other stuff that's not going to involve going to our next mission right away. So that's going to do it for this episode. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And next time, we are going to go ahead and follow Charlie out to Agatha's memorial there. And some stuff's going to happen from there that's going to be just a little bit longer before we get into the next mission, which is why I don't want to do it right now. So hope to see you next time. And thanks for watching.